Today marks 1 year since the second half of those powerful back-to-back storms we got. In the first 4 months after President Joe Biden approved the major disaster declaration in Maine, FEMA says it has contributed $4.7 million to helping 800 Maine households.
Homeowners at Camp Ellis, one of Maine's most vulnerable communities to coastal storm damage, say they are far too familiar with the damage big storms like those can cause. News Center Maine's Sam Olson shows us how people there hope a project in the works now will provide some relief.
So most of the damage was outside the house. I lost some siding.
Siding wasn't the only thing David Plavid lost last January. His retaining wall ruined and patio destroyed, all of which he had to replace new.
And I replaced, all this was patio, it was all stone in here, and after replacing it 2 times, I decided I was just going to make it sand.
Dozens and dozens of homeowners like Plavin have had to adjust to build back better and more resilient for the future. The owners here built their house feet higher on pilings to avoid repeat damage.
A new solution is also on the horizon. The Army Corps of Engineers and the city of Saco are partnering to construct a new 750-foot spur jetty off of the existing one that protects the entrance of the Saco River. They hope it will reduce wave height and energy going into Camp Ellis' shoreline.
It'll make a difference. How much of a difference, I don't know.
The Army Corps of Engineers says it's about 1/3 of the way done designing the jetty. Meanwhile, Pelvin, who is also the vice president of the organization Save Our Shores Saco Bay, says he thinks the new jetty will provide relief, but says he would rather see a more robust solution in the works.
I'd rather see a newer technology of wave attenuation other than building another, basically it's just going to be another seawall.
SOS Saco Bay says coastal erosion has claimed more than 30 homes and hundreds of feet of beach. About 20 miles north, the second January storm also claimed a historic landmark. The beloved Fisherman's Point fishing shacks at Willard Beach in South Portland.
For a lot of people, they were just kind of a backdrop to life here, and now they're gone. It's sad.
Susan Young shot this video, saying she was stunned to witness such force pull the shacks away.
I understand the power of the ocean and water, but it was just shocking to see how easy it was for them to get kind of lifted up and pushed off the rocks.
Her photos and videos spread online, the perfect example of what lies ahead in the fight against climate change.
I think for people, it was just a real visceral image of what climate change means and what can happen, as sea levels rise and as we don't address the problem of climate change.
Many living along the coast, though, are now discussing new ways to combat it. They are preparing for even worse to come.
You sort of become a little bit more immune to it because every next storm could be the biggest one ever.
That was Sam Olson reporting. The city of South Portland, by the way, will not be rebuilding those iconic shacks.
The city says they were in a flood velocity zone, which means rebuilding the shacks would take some costly engineering, and they would need to be built more than 12 feet off the ground to meet the base flood level. By the way, we have a special on our News Center Maine Plus streaming app about the January storms and recovery efforts. You can find News Center Maine Plus for free on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire.